Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Some fascinating news coming out for this LSU program on the recruiting trail. Three-star tight end Mike Tyler committing to LSU. Mike Tyler's a fascinating kid. And you take a look at him, 6'4", 225. You turn on the film and say this kid is a big body that is going to play tight end at the next level, but moves like a wide receiver, plays a lot of wide receiver at the high school ranks. And I think the best way to describe Mike Tyler is just a potential matchup nightmare for opposing defenses, where you look at Mike Tyler and say, all right, 6'4", 225. It's a big physical frame. That being said, the long speed for Mike Tyler is extremely impressive. I mean, the movement skills when you turn on the film kind of remind you of a wide receiver. And so you look at Mike Tyler and say, all right, that is the matchup nightmare we're looking for at the tight end position. I think the big question mark you have for Mike Tyler is, all right, 6'4", 225. That's not the biggest tight end frame that we've seen coming out of high school. Can he get it done in the run blocking department? He answers that question unequivocally on the high school film. This is a kid that blocks his tail off. Now, is he going to need to add some weight to be an inline blocker in the SEC? Yes, no question about it. And there is certainly some room on that 6'4" frame to add some weight. I think run blocking at the tight end position, it starts from a mentality standpoint. I think a lot of the tight ends that you see excel in run blocking, they're guys that are just, for lack of better terms, dogs. Like, they want to run block. Mike Tyler is one of those guys. And again, I was not expecting to turn on the film and see Mike Tyler get it done in the run blocking department. That's exactly what you get on the film. He wants to get involved in the run blocking department. And as he continues to put on that weight, I got no doubt in my mind that he's going to be more than serviceable in the run blocking department. And want to get into the film, talk about what LSU is doing in terms of just accumulating different kind of weapons on offense in this 2025 cycle. Before we get into it, as always, I just want to say thank you to you guys. And over the last couple of months of the summer, the amount of support y'all have shown the boys as we've broken down all these commitments, it's been amazing. Can't thank you guys enough. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys. And without further ado, let's get into Mike Tyler. And I think it starts with the big functional athlete that Mike Tyler is. Now, you turn on the film and say, all right, he does move like a wide receiver, specifically when he's working vertically down the field. I mean, you take a look at Mike Tyler right here, kind of lined up as that jumbo slot wide receiver. He's working on a defensive back, and he has the ability to just run right by defensive backs. And then you see the physicality at the catch point. He has a basketball background. He is very crafty when the football is in the air. You kind of see that subtle use of the arm to create some separation late in this route, and then go up, readjust to the football, and make a play. You talk about coordination and body control. I think that comes from him being quite a good hooper in the winter. And he's very comfortable adjusting to the football in the air. But his ability, you go back to this play, he's really just running right by a defensive back and then utilizing that physicality at the catch point. That's exactly what you want to see from your tight ends. Now, this is where I love Mike Tyler. You kind of assume that he's not going to be a quote-unquote dog in the run blocking department. This is a guy that wants to get it done. And technically, you like what you see. I mean, the hand placement is really, really good. You obviously see that mentality that he wants to get it done as a run blocker. I think that's the most fascinating aspect about Mike Tyler, where we don't have any question marks about him being a very good pass catcher at the tight end position. I think our bigger question marks are the physicality as a run blocker. He, time and time again on this film, will show that he's going to be able to get it done as a run blocker in the SEC. Again, as he puts on weight, really like this. I mean, work in the middle of the field. Find me a 6'4", 225-pound tight end that is making people miss in space like this. I mean, you're talking about a really impressive athlete, and then the ability to run away from defenders. I mean, he's big, he's long, and he's fast. That's going to give a lot of defenders a lot of different problems in the SEC. You want these kind of pass catchers at your tight end position. You continue to work through the film. You see him as a run blocker again. When he gets hands on you, I mean, there's some real grown man strength to his game. And I think, again, what stands out the most is the mentality that he brings to the table. Again, I think this is where he excels the most right now as a perimeter run blocker. You know what I mean? Blocking in space. I think you'll need to put on some weight to be a really good inline run blocker. But again, you talk about a tight end that can get it done blocking on the perimeter. Look at the hand placement. And look at just kind of the fight that he has. This is a guy that wants to get it done as a run blocker. I think it's a fascinating aspect of Mike Tyler's game. And I think what I want to highlight is all the different kind of offensive pass catchers that LSU is collecting. We're going to get this advertisement out of the way here. All the different pass catchers and kind of offensive weapons that LSU is accumulating on the offensive side of the football. Now it's all going to be run by five. So we had another ad. That's brutal. It's all going to come together by five-star quarterback Bryce Underwood. But you continue to scroll down and say, all right, Derek Meadows at 6'5", 200 pounds. He's a track and field phenom as well. He's going to be a little bit of a matchup nightmare. You continue to scroll down, Harlan Berry. You keep scrolling down and say, all right, Teron Francis. You have a guy like Phillip Wright who's an absolute burner. I think the biggest takeaway for LSU in this 25 cycle is that, Bryce Underwood is going to be surrounded by so many different kind of playmakers in this LSU offense. And so there's going to be so many different ways that if you're LSU, you can attack opposing defenses over the next couple of years. You can go back to the 2024 class, guys like Caden Durham, guys like Trey'Dez Green and Jelani Watkins. I look at this LSU offense, and again, with Bryce Underwood coming in, this is an offense that not only is going to be good in 2024, like we've been saying all offseason, this is an LSU offense that I think is going to be really good over the next couple of years with Bryce Underwood, with the amount of talent that they've accumulated around Bryce Underwood. And Mike Tyler's a guy that it might take a year for Mike Tyler to put on that weight to be an inline tight end. If he can put on that weight and maintain the athleticism and speed that he has, I think he's going to be a fascinating weapon within this LSU offense. We'll cut it there. Again, appreciate you guys rocking with the boys late Saturday night. Nothing more I love talking than the recruiting trail. Appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.